Physical Therapy Month.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
It's Physical Therapy Month. October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like AP better.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, from Burlington, up in the land of pheasants and whitetails. I'm Cody Beers, and hey, we're in Burlington, Wyoming, the home of the Huskies, and it's the state semifinal game coming up between Burlington and Dubois. These teams met back on October 21st right here in Burlington, and it was a 60-52 win for the Dubois Rams. Good afternoon. I'm joined here by Sean O'Brate, and Sean, we're about 20 minutes away from the six-man state semifinal in the west half of Wyoming.
Yeah, this is going to be a great game. You mentioned the 60-52 win. That was a slugfest, and I talked to Coach Tremblay very shortly after that, and he said that that's the first time that a team's really gotten under their skin, and that was one of the only teams to put up more than 20 some odd points on them all season. So they have a lot to learn from that game, and they're hoping to put some of those skills that they've practiced the last 2 weeks into effect here.
This is the pregame show brought to you by Hampton Inn and Suites. Dubois comes into this game 8-1 on the season. They finished 3-1 in conference play. Burlington, on the other hand, went 4-0 in conference play, and they are 8-1 overall. This Burlington team, they got here by outscoring their opponents big throughout the season. They started off their season on September 3rd. They beat Casper Christian 66-6. They would follow that up with wins over Hewlett, Midwest, Meeteetse, Farson Eden, KC, and Tensleep. And then the lone loss on their season went to Dubois right here at Husky Stadium by a score of 60-52. In that game, Burlington rushed the ball 23 times for 178 yards. They went 12 of 21 through the air for 210 yards and ended up the game with 388 yards. On the other side, it was Dubois running the ball very effectively, 56 times for 433 yards. They completed 7 out of 13 passes for 102 yards, and Dubois with 576 total yards in that game. It was a slugfest, and the Rams came out of that one with the win. This Burlington team is led in rushing. Well, let's get to that.
You know they're led in rushing by
Noah McMahon. McMahon comes into the game with 382 yards rushing on 31 attempts. Cohen Schlinker, 234 yards. Jordan Casey, 227 yards. Joe Bassett with 207 yards rushing. Jordan Broderlau with 166 yards. Jordan Michaels, 114 yards. Kyle Winters, 110. You really don't ever see that very much in six-man football when you've got 7 guys with more than 100 yards rushing. Their leading rusher, Noah McMahon, with 382 yards and 8 touchdowns. Seth Wardell, he's the leading passer on this team. Wardell with 1,212 yards on 63 of 82 attempts, 77% completions, and 28 touchdown passes on the year. He's only thrown 1 interception on the season. Leading receiver on this team, Noah McMahon, he's caught 15 balls, 2 touchdowns for 352 yards. Schlenker with 10 touchdowns, 304 yards on 15 receptions. Mickey Marino, I'll get that right. 11 catches, 4 touchdowns, 272 yards. Joe Bassett, 14 catches, 194 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So they've got a lot of depth offensively, Sean. and they like to throw the ball around. They like to run it, but you're not going to see the same type of offense as the Dubois Rams will bring because many guys touch the football for the Burlington Huskies.
Oh, definitely. And Coach Tremblay said that they do a great job of throwing the ball, and that in that 60-52 game, he said that Dubois did make some mistakes that they felt they could repair, but if they bring their A game on the ground, he said there's no one that can really stop them. So what he said is the main focus for their defense is just containing that passing game, because Wardell's a dangerous quarterback. He's going to be someone that likes to loosen up with his arm early, and if they can pass the ball long early in this game and try and get an early lead, that's what they're really going to try and do.
Dubois Rams on the other side of the football would run the table for much of the season, but it was in week 2 when they went up against number 1 Snake River. They lost that game 44-28, and I think it forced the Rams to refocus a little bit. After beating Hewlett 58-14, they came back. They beat Encampment, Farson Eden, Matitsi, Casper Natrona JV, Hannah Elk Mountain, and last week Matitsi in the first round of the playoffs, and along with that October 21st big win over Burlington, 60-52. This Rams team, well, they're led in rushing by Wyatt Tremblay. He is the number 1 rusher in the state. Wyatt, amazingly, 253 yards per game. He averages 12.5 yards per carry, 182 carries for 2,280 yards, and 41 touchdowns rushing the ball. Incidentally, you start thinking records when you get over 2,000 yards rushing. Riggin Myers of Snake River in 2019 rushed for 2,308 yards. Wyatt Tremblay likely to break that record today. He's only 28 yards behind Riggin Myers' 2019 record year. So Wyatt Tremblay, he's going to carry the ball most of the time for Dubois. And the rest of this Dubois team, well, they produce some pretty good offense for Coach David Tremblay. As we get to the stats for Dubois, Dubois will come in. Wyatt Tremblay, of course, those 253 yards per game. Next leading rusher, Jonah Ord, at 42 yards per game. Passing-wise, senior Ryan Wells comes in throwing the ball 66 times. He's completed 32 for 547 yards. That's 49% from the field. He's got 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions on the season. Leading receivers, Ryan Wells, he's caught 11 balls and 4 touchdowns for 249 yards. Clayton Rux, of course, he's the state's top defender. He has caught 13 balls for 237 yards and 10 touchdowns for Dubois. And Wyatt Tremblay with 7 catches for 150 yards. Also Caden Chamley with 5 catches for 122 yards. Defensively, as I said, Clayton Rux, the leading point getter in the state in 6-man football, 298 defensive points, 164 tackles. Right next to him is Wyatt Tremblay with 143 tackles. Let's go over for Burlington defensively. They have a bunch of guys making tackles for this Huskies team as we try to get to the right page. Joe Bassett, the leading defender, 127 defensive points. That's 64 total tackles. Seth Wardell with 41 tackles. Carson Jones with 49 tackles. Cohen Schlenker with 48 tackles. And Reichel Andrew with 38 tackles on the season. This is a team that they have good depth, the Burlington Huskies. And today,
Definitely.
You know, the key for Dubois is going to be to try to open running lanes for Wyatt Tremblay. On the other side, slow down this versatile Burlington attack.
Yeah, there was a joke that we said at work that, you know, if Dubois gets up in this game, they'd be better off just kneeing the ball right at the on the first down. They want to run as much clock. They do not want Burlington to have any sort of play go their way here today. Obviously, you know, you don't want any team to have a play go their way, but Burlington will make you pay quick and easy. So it's going to be up to this Dubois Rams team to make sure that their team can stay ahead if they get that early lead.
This is the state semifinals in 1A 6-man. I'm Cody Beers. He's Sean O'Brate. We'll be back with more of the pregame show brought to you by Hampton Inn & Suites. After a break, this is the Fremont County Game of the Week on 93.9 FM, and we're streaming at WYO Today on YouTube.
To the canyon near you. Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a Crow Cadillac, coupe bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Welcome back to Husky Stadium in Burlington. I'm Cody Beers, and this is the pregame show brought to you by Hampton Inn & Suites. We're about 11 and a half minutes before the kickoff in this six-man football semifinal between Dubois and Burlington. Other games being played today, a second quarter score in six-man. Number 1 Little Snake River 44 and number 4 Encampment 0. Of course, you got this game between number 2 Dubois and number 3 Burlington. We'll kick off right at 2 p.m. In Class 1A 9-man football today, it's number 3 Rocky Mountain at number 1 Pine Bluffs. That's a 4 p.m. kickoff. In Class 2A, fourth quarter score, number 2 Bighorn 7, number 3 Lyman 0.
What a score.
That's a tight game there. And Class 3A today, we ran into the Buffalo team today in Worland as they were eating lunch at a convenience store. Number 4 Buffalo traveling to number 1 Cody today at 5 p.m. It's number 2 Star Valley at number 3 Douglas. That's a 6 p.m. kickoff today. In Class 4A, it's number 4 Cheyenne Central at number 1 Sheridan. That's a 6 p.m. kickoff. Number 3 Natrona County and number 2 Cheyenne East at 6 p.m. today. That one's played at Cheyenne East. Tomorrow in 1A 9-man, we will be in Shoshone as number 5 Wind River comes in to play number 2 Shoshone at 2 p.m. That'll be an interesting matchup as we're getting the teams coming out for the opening coin flip. Wind River last week in Southeast, Cooper Frederick, 560 yards rushing on 51 carries. That's going to be an all-time single-game record as Wind River beat Southeast, and they will make a second trip to play Shoshone this year. And that first game at Wind River, this one going to be at Shoshone. He had 550 yards in that game, Cooper Frederick. So Wind River at Shoshone, 2 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be on KWYW tomorrow, and you can listen live at WYO Today on YouTube. Class 2A tomorrow, and it'll be number 5 Cokeville at number 1 Lovell at 1 p.m. So those are your playoff matchups, and we're getting the opening flip here. They haven't, I guess they have brought them together. They're getting opening instructions from the referee, so we're about 9 minutes away from the start of this game. A good crowd in from Dubois here at Husky Stadium. A decent crowd. It's chilly and windy, but no snow here in Burlington, so the grass is still got a little tinge of green to it, and these teams getting ready for a state six-man semifinal. We'll take a break. We'll be back. We'll go over the starting lineups and keys to the game. This is Dubois Rams football on 93.9 KTAK.
Offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Dubois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back to Husky Stadium in Burlington. This is the pregame show brought to you by Hampton Inn and Suites. The referees for today's 1A six-man semifinal are out of Powell. The white hat is Nevin Jacobs of Powell, and he's got a bunch of his buddies over here from Powell. They're doing this state semifinal today, and that's a good thing. The Powell referees do a great job. Our Sutherland starting lineups today. First for the Burlington Huskies, it'll be senior Alex Perez. We've got senior Seth Wardell. We've got senior Nolan McMakin, the center. A senior Cohen Schlenker, Carson Jones, who's a senior, and the lineman, a senior Pablo Mendez. So it'll be Perez, Wardell, McMakin, Schlenker, Jones, and Mendez for the Burlington Huskies. 8-1 on the year for Coach Trent Agard. For the Dubois Rams and Coach David Tremblay today, Clayton Rux, Caleb Gleim, Caden Shamley, Wyatt Tremblay, Ryan Wells, and Jonah Ord. This Dubois team, Ryan Wells, a 6'3", 165-pound senior. Clayton Rux is a 5'11", 185-pound senior. Caden Shamley, 6'2", 180-pound senior. Wyatt Tremblay, 5'10", 175 pounds. I already got Ryan Wells in there, and Jonah Ord, a 5'11", 170-pound junior for the Dubois Rams. As we said, Wyatt Tremblay comes into this game 28 yards from breaking the all-time single-season six-man record of that was set by a runner from Snake River, Riggin Myers, in 2019 with 2,308 yards. Wyatt Tremblay, 2,280 yards on 182 attempts this season and 41 rushing touchdowns. What a stat line that is. Outstanding stat line for the junior from Dubois. This is the pregame show. We're 3 minutes and 20 seconds away from the kickoff in this one as David Tremblay out working the officials. They're laughing right now, but we'll see how it goes when we get into this game. We'll be back. This is the pregame show on KTAK. Next up, the kickoff. Dubois Rams and Burlington Huskies for a trip to Laramie next week in the state championship.
Tiger teams, good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Welcome back to Burlington as teams get ready to line up for the national anthem. And the starting lineups will take another break. This is 1A six-man state semifinal action from Husky Stadium in Burlington.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Jay Collins here, and I want to wish all the Fremont County athletes good luck this year. Stop down at Fremont Chevy to talk sports and let me help you purchase your next vehicle. Jay Collins, your local sales professional at Fremont Chevy Buick GMC, 307-349-7846.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine, Anadina Vasco, and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and Dubois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
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 It's Physical Therapy Month. October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like Easy better.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to Burlington. We're at Husky Stadium as these teams get ready to match up on a cool and windy Friday afternoon, but no snow here in Burlington as Dubois won the opening flip. They deferred, so they will kick off straight to the south from here, our left to our right. We are on the west side of this stadium looking toward Grable and the Bighorn Mountains. To kick off for Dubois will be Nick Novice. He will kick off, and it will be a little pooch kick down the right side, picked up by Burlington, and he'll be tackled out at the 35-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. Running that ball was Cohen Schlinker of Burlington, and we're underway. Do you want some of these rosters?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say running. The ball came up high in the air off of the ground, and he just picked it up and ran into a pile of Dubois Rams. So
1st and 15 for Burlington, and coming out under center, Seth Wardell, having himself an outstanding year. He'll pitch back right side to the running back. He's off to the races and gone. First play, touchdown Burlington. And running that football, Nolan McMacken on the run. It'll go from the 35 Let's see, a 45-yard touchdown run for McMacken on the game's first play, and I almost missed that as I was looking down.
It happened very fast. He ran to the outside. Dubois had no protection on the right side of the line. I think they were flooding their extra back on the left. So the good play call there right off the bat.
Cohen Schlinker on to attempt the 2-point extra point kick. It's a high snap. Kick is down. It's up. It's good. So 8-0 right away for Burlington. 9:50 to play. 10 seconds into the ball game, and we've got an 8-0 lead for Burlington. This could be a shootout. We'll see how it goes. 8-0 Burlington. We'll be back on KTAK.
To the canyon near you. Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
Welcome back. Noah McMacken of Burlington with the opening touch of the ball game on offense. He runs 45 yards for a touchdown. 10 seconds into the game, it's 8-0 Burlington. And it will be kicking off for Burlington, Cohen Schlinker, who kicked that 2-point conversion. He'll boot it deep down the middle, and it's going to be touched, but in the end zone for a touchback, and that's Caleb Gleim. He wasn't sure whether he should run it out or not, but if the ball gets in the end zone on a kickoff, it's an automatic touchback. So it'll be 1st down and 15 for Dubois.
Yeah, and I almost wonder if maybe Dubois would have been better off kicking like that rather than setting up Burlington with that good field position, because now look at Dubois.
Dubois spreads the field. Receiver on each side. Here's Wells. He'll hand off to Wyatt Tremblay. Tremblay's going to rumble straight up the middle and get out over the 20 to about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7. 2nd down and 8 for Dubois.
And they're going to need to get Tremblay going early, and they need to get him going strong, because if there's one thing that this offense relies on, it's Tremblay getting those extra yards after the contact on those first plays.
Wyatt Tremblay entered this game 28 yards from the all-time single-season record for an individual in 6-man football. He'll get the second handoff and out over the 30. It's going to be a 1st down for Dubois, and the tackle on that play, Seth Wardell of Burlington. 1st down and 15 for Dubois.
And that's just what they got to do. They got to keep attacking that middle of the line. If they want the passing game to ever work in this game, they're going to have to get the run game going strong shortly.
9:05 to play, first quarter. 8-0 lead for Burlington on the first offensive play of the game. Noah McMacken, 45-yard touchdown run. Here's Wells under center and in the eye. Pitch to Tremblay, already his 3rd carry. He'll cut back to the right. He's over midfield and inside the 35, where he'll be taken down at the, the 32-yard line, and I believe that's going to give him the state's all-time single-season 6-man record already.
If I had an applause button,
3
I would
carries,
use it.
And 1st and 15 for Dubois at the 31 of Burlington.
And I like the way Wyatt looks down the field. He had 3 defenders in front of him, and he started to stop on the right side. Remember, the play was starting off to the left, and he tried to juke and stiff arm and almost got through.
So 4 plays for Dubois and a 1st down at Burlington's 31. Here's Wells. He'll come back to pass, hit Tremblay out on the right wing, and he'll take it down to the 20-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 4 for Dubois on the 11-yard reception from Ryan Wells.
And that was just an excellent route there by Wyatt. He ran right through. He took the fake handoff and did a little out route on the flat and just started to go up a little bit above his defender. He saw that he had the space there. He just had to go a little bit higher than him, and there you go.
2nd and 4 for the Rams at the 19-yard line. Here's Wells. He'll hand off left side. Tremblay, we're going to get a flag thrown as he is going to score on the play and be tackled in the end zone, but we're going to have a holding call, I believe, on Dubois.
I believe so as well.
Back about the 23-yard line. That's going to back Dubois way up.
That might have been on, looks like number 17. or 27 maybe.
So first penalty on Dubois, and it's going to be a big one as that nullifies a touchdown.
Oh, that was Clayton Rux, and that was not very characteristic of him. He's been one of their smarter players, best players for the Dubois Rams, and he just got caught there on the outside, kind of opening up a hole a little bit too large.
That'll back the Rams up to the 33-yard line where it'll be second down and about 17. Rux left.
Same lineup.
And Chamblee out on the right side. Here's the fake handoff. Wells back to pass across the middle. Oh, boy, and he hit Chamblee right in the hands. Incomplete.
And, yeah, you can kind of see it with Wells. He keeps putting his hand in his little warmer pocket there in the front. It is getting cold, and I imagine that getting a ball thrown at your hands that hard, it's going to hurt. But right now you got to kind of suck it up because one game until state.
It is a stocking cap, a hoodie type of day, and gloves outside. We're lucky we're inside the press box. Third down and 17, handoff right side to Tremblay. Tremblay's going to get the edge, and he's going to cut back inside and be tackled at the 20, which will give Dubois a good makeable opportunity here on fourth down. Yeah. It's going to be fourth at the 19 and about 3 yards to go.
Yeah, it's a long three. I would imagine they have a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 play in mind here because Wyatt, once he gets that 1 yard, he's got that extra step. That's going to be what they're probably going to try and do here on this short play.
2 minutes, 20 seconds so far on this drive. Receiver each side for Dubois. Wells deep in the gun at the 26. He'll hand off straight ahead Tremblay. Tremblay tries to cut outside. He's going to have to battle. Did he make the 15-yard line? He did. It's going to be a first down on a gain of 7 for Dubois. So that holding call backs them up. But they make their way down and get a first down now and goal at the 14-yard line of Burlington.
And Carson Jones, a senior for Burlington, I mean, he had Wyatt Tremblay dead to rights about 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage, and Wyatt just ran through him. He lifted up his legs right over the Burlington defender. Good for him.
You got to run through Wyatt Tremblay. You can't try to arm tackle him. He's too strong. First down and goal. Here's Tremblay left side off tackle. He'll be wrestled down at about the 9-yard line where it'll be second and goal on a gain of 5 yards for Dubois.
And, yeah, Coach Tremblay, I mean, he said it all season, but he said it to me before their Matizzi win last week. He said 6-man is a game of chess because in chess, if you leave one pawn open too much, they can turn into a queen score. And here you have to protect Wyatt with at least 2 dudes. Otherwise, he's going to just get out there and score.
Second and goal from the 9. Wells will hand off to Tremblay. He'll cut back and be wrestled down right at the 9.
Just like that.
Great defensive play that time by the Burlington defense, and we'll see if we can – who made that tackle?
Looks like 88 or 66.
I believe it was 88 on the play, and I don't have an 88.
I think it's 60.
89.
There you go.
Who do you have?
Joe Bassett.
All right.
Kyler Winters is 88, and he is a sophomore. But either way, they tackled him low, and then they had to bring in the extra defender, grab his jersey, and drag him down. That is literally the only way you're going to be able to stop Wyatt all day.
6:19 to play. Dubois timeout. We'll take a quick break. It's Burlington 8, Dubois 0.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a Crow Cadillac, coupe bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
6:19 to play. 3rd and 9 from the 9 of Burlington. Here's Wells under center. He'll hand off inside to Jonah Ord. Ord's going to break one tackle and be wrestled down on the 5. That stop going to be credited to Cohen Schlinker of Burlington. So another 4th down play for Dubois. It's going to be 4th and 6, and it's 4th and goal.
Yeah, that was a good run. Jonah tried to stiff arm to get through the defense, and it just slowed him down.
Dubois spreading it out, two backs side by side in the backfield. It'll be a little reverse to Wyatt Tremblay. We'll see if he can get the edge. He's going to kick it out to Chamblee. Chamblee in for a touchdown.
Wow.
It's Wyatt Tremblay ran left. He was tied up, and then he just pitched the ball to Caden Shamley. Shamley's going to run in from 5 yards out for a Dubois touchdown.
That was an initial run to Jonah Ord, and then he handed the ball off to Wyatt. Wyatt, I don't think he ever planned on throwing it back to Caden Shamley, but once he got wrapped up at the 3 or 4 and he saw a white jersey that didn't have anyone around him, he just threw it backwards. Great vision, great decision there, too. That could have been bad.
Kick up, it's going to be good on the Nick Novice kickoff, or point after touchdown, and it's 8-8 with 5:43 to play first quarter. We'll take a break. Boy, that was an exciting play from Chamley and, all of his teammates. We got a ball game here in Burlington. State 1A 6-man semifinal. We'll be back on KTAK.
First treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and
we're just going to come back here, and it's 8-8. 5:43 left in the first quarter as Dubois is about to kick off. And Burlington doesn't know what hit him right there. They thought they had the stop on 4th and goal. Suddenly it's 8-8, and they have to get back on the ball field.
Good ball game. Here's Novice with the little pooch kick down the middle. It'll be picked up by Schlenker. Actually, 17 on the play. Jordan Broderloh, and he's going to be tackled over on the Dubois sideline right at the 30-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 15 for the Burlington Huskies. Burlington out in their orange pants, black shirts. They've got orange numbers trimmed in white, and they get kind of wrinkled or bunched up, and it's really difficult to see these numbers.
Yeah, 88 and 66 look the exact same right now.
Dubois white jerseys, blue pants, and the white helmets. Here's the pitch right side. Same play as the first play of the game, and we're going to get a flag thrown as wrestled out of bounds Noah McMacken by the Dubois defense.
And that was Chanley on the tackle. Good vision there, because he saw what happened last time, and he jumped out behind his own defense to make sure that he didn't get around and into the second coverage.
Looks like we're going to have a holding call in Burlington right about the 31-yard line. And they're talking things over with Dubois coach David Tremblay. It's going to be illegal use of the hands, and that's going to move Burlington back. I believe that's a 10-yard penalty from the spot. It'll go back to about the 21-yard line, or it'll be 1st down and 25.
You know,
Burlington.
Burlington's jerseys almost look like the Cleveland Browns a little bit, with the line right down the helmet and the orange. If they were just a little bit browner up top, they look like the Browns. And a fullback run.
Wardell under center to the big man, and we're going to get a penalty on Dubois as they tried to wrap him up and got his face mask. That was Joe Bassett on the run. And I believe it's going to be a...
Is that a face mask on Bassett or a face mask on the defense?
I believe it's on Dubois. We'll see what they call here. But they had the flag coming from 2 different directions.
Well, and so a Dubois player ran into the other Dubois player. It looked like Ord ran into...
Yeah, it's going to be on Burlington.
Yeah,
it's going to be on Joe Bassett.
I think when the Dubois player ran into his own teammate, that's when you could see that Bassett's hands were underneath the face mask.
Boy, personal foul face mask on Burlington. So that's going to move them back even closer to their own end zone.
And this is not how Burlington wanted to start this game, but Dubois could not be happier after the one-play touchdown drive on the last series.
All the way back to the 12. It's going to be 1st down and 33 for Burlington. And they move them back even further to the 9. They've got to go all the way to the Dubois 35 for a 1st down, and they are at their own 9. So... we'll get Wardell in the shotgun. Wardell comes right side, pitches it, and now back to the left side. Taking off on the play is Cohen Schlenker.
Good tackle.
And he'll be taken down hard by Wyatt Tremblay.
Great open tackle by Tremblay. There was no one. If he had not tackled him or if he had slipped off, that would have been not only a 1st down, that could have been a touchdown, because almost all of the defense was on the right side of the field, and he was running up the left.
5:02 and counting here in this first quarter of play. Here's Wardell, and he'll kick it back right side to
and then he passed it back to his quarterback.
Back to the quarterback, Wardell. He's inside the 20 of Dubois. And there you've got it. 6-man football. It is a chess game and a fun game here as Burlington hurries to line up on Dubois in the hurry-up first down all the way down on the 18-yard line of Dubois following that pitch to the running back and back to the quarterback pass. Now they go back the other way. It is Cohen Schlinker running right side where he'll be ran down, and a big hit by Rux on the 15-yard line.
And, yeah, they're just running the option run routes, and then if there's anyone open, that runner that gets the ball is just able to pass it at will. And 6-man football, this is a dangerous game. You can do a lot with the ball on offense.
2nd down and 11 for Burlington at the 15 of Dubois, 4:16 and counting here in the first quarter. Out in the shotgun is a new quarterback for Burlington. And left side, they pitch it back to the quarterback, and the pass incomplete from Wardell to 89, Joe Bassett.
Yeah, Noah McMacken got the ball in the backfield as the quarterback and then tossed it back to the quarterback, Wardell. And I said it earlier, Coach Tremblay knows how good Wardell is with the throwing ability, so they're really going to try and hone in on that. 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12, McMacken in the gun. He'll pitch it back to Wardell. Wardell looking for an open receiver, and he's going to take off running inside the 10, the 5, and touchdown for Wardell. So Wardell scores from 15 yards on the run, and it's 14-8 Burlington.
And that's got to be disappointing and disheartening for Dubois because they had him stuffed in the background. He had Wyatt on him, and he was about 2 yards away, and he just reversed the field, and the only person in front of him was Clayton Rux and Ryan Wells, and they couldn't tackle him, and that's a touchdown.
Schlinker's kick is good, and it's 16-8 Burlington. 3:54 to play first quarter. This is Dubois Rams football on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Welcome back as Schlinker will kick the ball out of the end zone after a nifty drive by Burlington results in a Wardell 15-yard touchdown run with 3:54 to play in this first quarter. Schlinker's PAT kick is good, and it's 16-8 Burlington. Dubois now with the football on that touchback, 1st and 15 at their own 15.
And you said it during the break, this is going to come down to who can stop who first, and much like some of these high-powered offenses in the NFL, whoever gets the ball last might just win the game.
Ryan Wells under center. Right behind him, Wyatt Tremblay. He'll get the ball, and then he'll hand it off to Ord. Ord's going to be wrestled down after a short gain of about a yard. So 2nd and 14 for Dubois at their own 16. 3:40 and counting to play in this one. We'll get scores. We'll get more information about the playoffs. We did have an early score in on the other side of the state as Little Snake River was all over encampment in the other semifinal in 6-man. Here's Wyatt Tremblay. He'll pitch it back to Ryan Wells. Wells going to throw it long toward Clayton Rux, and the pass is going to be incomplete. And good defense that time by Jordan Michaels of Burlington. Got his hand up and knocked the ball away from Clayton Rux.
And Clayton Rux might just be the biggest dude on this entire field, so it's going to be very difficult for Burlington to keep doing that. But that was good defense, and you're right, just got his hand up right at the right time.
3rd and 14 for Dubois on their own 16. You got to think in a game like this, it's 4-down territory wherever you're at.
Look at this, trip bunches on the right here.
Wells in the deep gun. He'll pitch it left side to Tremblay. Back to Wells, nearly intercepted by Burlington. That pass right in the hands that time of Noah McMacken. So 4th and 14, this Dubois drive doesn't do much.
That almost looked like a pass to McMacken, and he just wasn't prepared for it. Like, that's how much it was right in his hands.
Wyatt Tremblay back. Believe he will punt the ball away. They do punt it as Jonah Ward. It's going to be blocked. And catching the ball, it's going to be like a 2-yard punt over in front of the Dubois bench. That ball either hooked left on Ord or it got tipped.
It definitely looked tipped, yeah.
So 1st and 15 for, it's going to be 1st and 15 for Burlington at the 19 of Dubois. That was a drive the Rams would like back with Burlington up 16-8, 3:06 to play first quarter. Here's Wardell. He'll kick it back deep, and looking for Wardell. He'll catch it toward the end zone. Touchdown, Burlington.
Too easy. It was too easy. He had a little jump pass over the defender, and Wardell was all by himself, and he just had to outrun the defender. That's all he had to do.
Cohen Schlinker to Seth Wardell. And that gives the Burlington Huskies a 22-8 lead as Schlinker now on for the 2-point kick. PAT kick is down. It's going to be short. It's going to be blocked on the play. So 22-8.
Blocked by Chandler.
Burlington on that pass from Cohen Schlinker to Seth Wardell of 15 yards. 22-8. 3 minutes to play in this first quarter. We'll be back on KTAK.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Welcome back, 22-8 here in Burlington, as Burlington has scored all 3 times they've had their hands on the football, and Dubois now trailing by 2 touchdowns. It'll be kicking off the ball for Burlington. Cohen Schlinker, he'll kick it off toward Wyatt Tremblay. I'm sorry, that's not Wyatt Tremblay. That is Caleb Gleim, and he's going to be taken down on his own 10-yard line.
He just didn't know where to go. He originally dropped the ball, which, like we said, it's very cold out here, so receiving a kick is a lot to ask for. It's going to hit your skin. It's going to be hard. But he started to go up to the left, saw 1 orange pants, turned right, and thought that he might be able to reverse the field a little bit. And next thing you know, 2 orange pants came up on him and just tackled him right at the 10-yard line.
2:53 to play first quarter, 1st and 15 for Dubois. Handoff left side, Wyatt Tremblay. He'll make his way through traffic and be wrestled down on the play by Seth Wardell. But Tremblay will gain right at, looks like about 7 yards on the play. 2nd and 8 for Dubois. 14-point lead for the Burlington Huskies, 22-8 on the WyoToday.com scoreboard.
And I don't know, if I'm Dubois, I know it's only the first quarter, but I'm going to start going a little bit up-tempo here. You don't want defense to get set in their ways.
There's Wells. He'll pitch it out left side to Jonah Ord, and Ord's going to make it out near a first down. They threw the sticks, so it's hard to tell where the sticks were, but they're going to say first down and 15 after Ord gains 8 yards on that little pitch play. You know, they're trying to get more Dubois Rams involved in this offense and give Wyatt Tremblay a bit of a break every now and then. And it'll be 1st and 15 for Dubois. 2:17 to play. 1st down and 15 here in the first quarter for Dubois. Roughly at their own 26-yard line. Wells under center. Short eye, handoff left side, Wyatt Tremblay. He's going to try to bust it outside. Can't go anywhere. He's got 4 Burlington Huskies in his face, and he'll gain about 1 yard on the play.
Man, he almost juked out his own blocker. His blocker was in front of him and taking care of at least one Burlington Husky, and then he tried to juke and go the other way. Next thing you know, all the Huskies went the other way and ran over his blocker.
Officially gain of 1 on the play, 2nd and 14 for Dubois. They've been going to the left a lot in this first quarter. We'll see if they come back to the right. They do as Tremblay throws it back toward Wells. It's a lateral back. Ryan's going to pass it long over the middle. Intercepted. And that pass intended for Clayton Rux. And coming up with that pass on the play was Colton Schlenker, who's had a big role in this game, as Colton Schlenker intercepts the ball at the 38-yard line of Burlington, where Burlington will have the ball 1st and 15 with 1:33 to play in this first quarter.
That was just poor decision-making by Wells. He was being dragged to the ground. If anything, you either take the sack or throw it out of bounds. He tried to throw it in between 2 of his receivers, and there was just no way that wasn't getting intercepted.
Here's Wardell in the deep gun, and he'll pass it back to Noah McMacken. McMacken takes off back to the right side. He'll have a 1st down and more as Chamley makes that tackle on McMacken down at the 21-yard line. Big gain for Burlington on 1st down, and they're in the hurry-up tempo offense.
And, yeah, this chess match is not going Coach Tremblay's way right now.
McMacken will get the pass off, and a touchdown pass by Burlington. That is going to go to Joe Bassett, and it'll be a 21-yard score from Wardell to Joe Bassett. Wow, what an offense here by Burlington in this first quarter. Already putting up 4 touchdowns. And now coming on to hit the extra, or try the extra point, is Cohen Schlenker. And it's going to be blocked on the play by Caden Chamley, but 1:16 to play first quarter. It's been all Burlington. It's the Huskies 28, Dubois 8. We'll be back. This is Dubois Rams football on KTAK.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Welcome back to Husky Stadium in Burlington. 1:16 to play first quarter. Burlington 28, Dubois 8.
And yeah, you were saying earlier, Wyatt Tremblay, they need to get the ball to some of their other role players here because they're just honing in on Tremblay. Coach Tremblay even said that they thought that they would do that, and that he knows they have some playmakers, some weapons, he said, on this field. Oh, and he...
Ball goes through Wyatt Tremblay's legs where it's not touched. And it'll be a touchback, 1st and 15 for Dubois at their own 15-yard line.
But yeah, Coach Tremblay said, and I quote, "We do have weapons. We have Jonah, we have Ryan, we have Clayton, we have Caden, and if they hone in on Tremblay, that they're going to go into some play-action passes and some bootleg passes, trying to get the ball back to Ryan and let him run with some misdirection plays." So far, every time they've attempted that, it has not ended very well. We've had a drop ball by Clayton, which was good defense, and then we had an interception on the last play. So let's see if they try the same thing here, if they maybe go a little bit deeper in their playbook.
2 receivers set for Dubois. Wells in the gun, Ord in motion. They'll hand off left side to Tremblay, and he'll be tackled and rode down by this defense led by Joe Bassett and others of Burlington. It'll be a short gain again around that left end. Gain of 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 13 for the Rams. Inside a minute, first quarter, it's a 28-8 score, and so far Burlington has touched the ball 4 times, and they've scored fairly easy touchdowns. One on the first offensive play of the game. 2nd down and 13.
I like this formation more for
Wells under center.
Oh.
And he'll be taken down hard on the play. And that tackle by 35, senior Carson Jones of Burlington. Huskies came to play on a Friday afternoon. It's windy, it's chilly, but no snow here in Burlington.
and we just drove from snow, so it's nice to not see any snow. But that grass out there, I was stepping on it pregame. It's hard as a rock. It is not soft at all whatsoever, and I am sure that is just adding to the pain that the Dubois Rams are feeling right now. They just need to do something with 5 seconds left, see if they can get a playoff.
That sack, a loss of 5. The clock's going to run out here at the end. Oh, they get it off, and it's going to be Tremblay taken off around the right side. He's going to be wrestled down for basically a gain of 2 back to the original line of scrimmage. We've played a quarter. It's Burlington 28, Dubois 8. This is Dubois Rams football on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Dubois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back to Husky Stadium in Burlington as we start the second quarter of play. And I believe Dubois may be going to punt it here on 4th and 15. Back to punt for Dubois, Jonah Ord. Ryan Wells will hand it to Ord. Ord's going to go around the left end out over the 20 and the 25, where he'll be wrestled short of a first down. And it'll be Burlington football, again stopping Dubois. 1st and 10 for Burlington at the 24-yard line of Dubois.
I like the idea. Dubois had 3 wide receivers to the right, and then they ran an option run to the left. The only problem is with no blockers in front, Jonah really needed to juke or get out of the first tackle, and, I mean, it was just first tackle was right there.
Still 10 minutes on the clock. Now it's counting as Wardell going to look to pass it long toward a touchdown and nearly intercepted by Ryan Wells of Dubois.
That would have been a great one-handed interception, and he just overthrew both Burlington receivers. If Wells had just played it just 1 yard deeper, he might have had an easy pick.
Better pass protection that time by the Dubois Rams defense. 28-8 ball game, and now we've got, again, this hybrid look. A back to McMahon, now Wardell. He's back around the 30. Now he's going to take off running and be tripped up. Great stop by Clayton Rux.
And, yeah, Clayton Rux with a shoestring tackle. If he had not gotten him there, that would have been at least a first down. And now instead it's going to be 3rd and about
We're going to go 9. We're going to go 9 yards. 3rd and 9 for Burlington at the 18-yard line of Dubois. They've got to go down to the 9-yard line for a first down. So, again, this hybrid look as Wardell will pitch back, this time to Colton Schlinker. Schlinker tries to get out of the hands
tackle
that time, but Wyatt Tremblay got him, and Dubois finally holds here a little bit. We've got 4th now, and right at 15 yards for Burlington.
And I know it's 6-man, and there's a lot of similar plays that you can see on both sides of the ball, but so far all Burlington does is they get the ball in the backfield and they pitch it an extra 5 yards back to their quarterback, who's almost always able to have at least one open receiver against 3 or 4 defensive players. And that was the first time Dubois was able to stop that, and they're going to do it again here.
There's McMacken back to Wardell. He'll throw toward the end zone. It's going to be complete, and a first down on the play all the way down to Colton Schlinker at the 5-yard line. First down and goal for Burlington. This play is working well as Wardell with the opportunity to either pass or run. And the Burlington receivers finding holes in the Dubois defense.
Yeah, and like I said, with so few defensive players, it's not that hard to find a hole. They have to get pressure on whoever's going to pass the ball early.
8:37 to play, and a new formation and a handoff up the middle. Easily a Burlington touchdown as the second touchdown of the day for Noah McMacken. And it's 34-8 Burlington with 8:34 to play in the first half.
There's just got to be some sort of defensive pressure. That was the first run that they've really seen in, the last 2 or 3 series. So I don't think Dubois was expecting that. But when they get this ball back, they have to do something about the pressure that they are not getting on
Kick
Burlington.
By Schlenker is up and good, and that's an 8-point play. It's Burlington 36 and Dubois 8. We'll see if the Rams can start mounting a comeback when we come back on the Fremont County Game of the Week. It's the State 1A 6-man semifinal from Burlington.
All the Lander Valley Tiger teams, good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Now it is.
Welcome back, Burlington Husky Stadium here on a chilly, windy Friday afternoon, but with no snow. And right now, Dubois kind of playing like their feet are in the mud. A 36-8 ball game as Burlington, they've had the ball 5 times and they've scored 5 touchdowns. Dubois was able to get a 4th down and about 9 on Burlington, but then they completed a pass and then rushed it in. It was McMacken, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the first half. Here's the kickoff down toward Wyatt Tremblay. He will pick it up on the 12. Wyatt over the 20, and he'll be gang tackled. Out. Well, he's going to make it out near the 25, but they had the whistle.
He's saying he wasn't brought down and that his knee never touched the ground. He was trying to keep running, but they're going to call him down at the 23-yard line.
1st and 15 for Dubois right there. 8:28 to play second quarter. Rams just kind of need to figure out how to get some sort of drive going here as now they're going from our right to our left, straight north here in Burlington. Here's Wells. He'll come out right side and hit Rux hit Chamley on the run on a nifty little pass play out to the 34-yard line where it will be 2nd and about 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, no matter how good Wyatt Tremblay is, they kind of have to get away from giving him the ball on 1st and 2nd down right now. That pass right there was a perfect decision because now 2nd and 7, you can do something with Wyatt even up the middle run right here, which looks like they're going to do.
Handoff toward Wyatt. He'll take that right side, and he'll be close to a 1st down. Out near the 40, we'll see where they mark it. And they're going to mark it back where it's going to be 3rd and short on about the 37-yard line. He's got about a foot to go or so.
Yeah, that's a half an inch right there. But the way that they're they're stomping on their own feet every single drive so far because they're getting into these 3rd and longs. This is what they need more of, 3rd and short, so you can do a lot right here.
Hand off to Wells. He'll give it to Tremblay. Tremblay nearly got caught in the backfield. He'll pitch it now to Wells.
They might have lost a yard there.
And
oh, no.
We'll see. Did they get the line to gain? They did. They're going to say 1st and 10, I believe.
That was a good reach by Wells at the very end.
1st and 15 for Dubois. So 1st down at the 39-yard line for the Rams. That was an odd play with a foot to go.
I don't think Wyatt was supposed to get the ball. I think he was supposed to hand it off to someone else, but the defensive was already in the back.
Here's Wells. He'll pitch it to Tremblay, then we'll pitch it back to Ord, and Ord's not going to be able to get the corner. He'll be taken down after a gain of 1 at the 40-yard line. Burlington with great sideline-to-sideline coverage to neutralize this Dubois sweep game that they've been really handy at all year.
Yeah, they've been watching their film, and they know that a lot of their runs going to the outside edges, they can break them with the runners that they have for touchdowns, and they're just not letting them get back to the line of scrimmage. If you're Coach Tremblay, you might want to pass something up through the middle because their middle coverage over the field is the one thing that's not there.
2nd and 14 at the 39. Wells will roll out right, and he'll throw it complete to Wyatt Tremblay. It will be a short gain on 2nd down, 3rd down now, and 11 yards to go.
Again, middle of the field right there. That's just the sweet spot in this defense. And like we've been saying, 6-man, there's only so little people out on the field that you have a good amount of space. But it's the problem with the Dubois right now is that they're just not getting into that space early enough, and defense is getting in the backfield.
3rd and 11 for Dubois. Wells in the deep gun. He'll hand it off right side to Tremblay. He'll take the short side of the field, go along the end line, and it looks like he's going to be out on about the 24-yard line of Burlington. First down, Dubois. He took that along the end line over there, the sideline, and it was difficult to see if he stayed in, but he stayed in long enough for a Dubois first down at the 24 of Burlington.
Yeah, he was just tight-roping that right sideline, and good job by him to make sure he never stepped out of bounds, at least until after he got the first down.
6:21 to play first half. Here's Wells. He'll hand it off right side to Tremblay. Wyatt near the 15-yard line, and that'll be a good gain on first down. Second down now, and about 8 yards to go for Dubois.
And Dubois has seen what Burlington has brought to the table. If they want any chance of getting anywhere close to a comeback, they need this momentum right here from a touchdown. They don't want to come away with anything less than a touchdown right now.
Dubois will get the ball to start the second half, so they'd like to score. Here's a nice play, but Tremblay ends up with the ball. He's going to take it around the left lane and go down near the 10-yard line. He'll be short of a first down by about 4 yards. That was a little reverse play involving Jonah Ord that almost backfired, but Wyatt somehow came out of there with the ball and gained down to the 14-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and we'll say 4 yards to go for Dubois.
Yeah, Wells just pitched it back to the right to Jonah, and Wyatt was coming around. And Jonah tried to hand off the ball to Wyatt, but as he did, he was getting tackled. And just props to Wyatt for ripping it out of Jonah's hands as he was going down to the ground.
Wells under center.
And false
we'll
start.
Get a little hard count by Ryan Wells that time, and Burlington will jump off sides, and it'll be now 1st and goal for Dubois after the second penalty of the first half on Burlington.
Yeah, good eyes right there. I said false start meaning offsides, but that was just a good hard count, and it looks like they're going to the same play, or at least the same formation right here on the 3.
Rams 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Pitch right side, Wyatt Tremblay. He'll cut back inside the 5, where he'll be wrestled down at about the 3-yard line.
He is so good at getting that first tackler to just miss him. He just does such a great job of forcing a missed tackle, whether it's with his legs or with the strength of his arms. But that first tackle almost never gets Wyatt Tremblay down.
It'll be second down and officially at the 2-yard line as Wells brings his team to the line of scrimmage. Ryan under center. He'll hand off to Jonah Ord. Ord can go nowhere. He'll lose yards on the play, where he'll be wrestled down back at the 5-yard line. And that tackle that time by Jordan Michaels, a junior for Burlington.
Yeah, very difficult to run against this Burlington defense, both on the outside edge and up the middle. So let's see what this 3rd and 5 play will be.
4:50 to play. It's going to be Wyatt Tremblay around the right end. He'll score. Wyatt Tremblay will score his, I believe, first touchdown of this game. That is 42 rushing touchdowns on the year for Wyatt Tremblay, and that one from 4 yards.
And that's just what they need, the momentum there. And they've already seen how Burlington can be stopped. They just can't. They have to do it consistently on 1st, 2nd, 3rd down and really try and force them into something on 4th, something they haven't been able to do.
Nick Novice on for the extra point. Kick is on the way. It's good. So 2 points for Nick Novice. And the score now with 4:44 to play first half is Burlington 36, Dubois 16. The Rams coming back, hoping for a stop of the Burlington Huskies. We'll be back. This is the 1A 6-man semifinal on KTAK.
Player of the game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines! You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Welcome back as Dubois will kick it off. It's Nick Novice teeing it up on the 30. He'll kick it toward Burlington, and it's going to go deep where it will go out of the end zone and a touchback. Ball bounced off the white hat out there, and it'll be first down and 10.
It's got to be interference.
PAL officiating crew working things today for this 1A six-man semifinal, and Burlington now starting with its worst the field possession of this ball game. First and 10 at their own 15. In motion, Burlington handoff up the middle, and then trying to break it outside's McMacken. Clayton Ruck's got his hands on McMacken, and they'll wrestle him down for a short gain of about a half yard on the play.
That was some great defensive vision there by Clayton Rooks. He had the first runner that was the fake. He had him dead to rights, and then when he saw he didn't have the ball, he pushed into the backfield and was able to grab that jersey before he got free, and he would have had a couple extra yards there.
Wardell under center, 2nd and 14 for Burlington. Handoff, nope. Wardell's going to go out. He's going to pitch it forward. Fumble! Dubois is on the ball. It's Rams football, and recovering that fumble is Jonah Ord. And
now, are they going to say it was an incomplete pass because he pitched it forward?
Yeah, it actually was an incomplete pass. You're right. So incomplete pass. It was kind of that pitch forward. It was a pass. So you're right.
That was all luck on Burlington's side there that it wasn't considered a fumble because, my goodness, that would have been 1st and 15 for Dubois within the 15-yard line. But now 3rd and 15 for Burlington, and they're lining up in that same formation that was working so well for them, where they have their quarterback basically 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Wardell back in the – he'll throw it back to Schlinker. Schlinker going to be wrestled down. A big tackle that time by Clayton Rucks back on the 15-yard line of Schlinker. And you're right, Wardell got that ball. He kicked it back to Schlinker. Schlinker was looking to pass it back to the right side, but Clayton Rucks, his second big tackle on this possession, forces the first punt of the first half, and Seth Wardell back deep to punt for Burlington. They'll pitch it back. Wardell's going to pass it forward. It's going to be complete, and a first down and across the 40. Running him down is Wyatt Tremblay, but it'll be a big first down for Schlinker. They lined up like it was going to be a punt, and Cohen Schlinker from Seth Wardell, that's been a lethal combination all day. Ball all the way down to the 23 of Dubois. 1st and 15 for Burlington.
Boy, the Rams, they were so close to getting the ball back and making that stop, and they should have seen that fake punt coming because this is the final game before state. They're going to pull out all the stops. They're going to keep going. They're not going to step off the gas.
Dubois takes a timeout. 3:26 to play. It's Burlington 36, Dubois 16. We're back on KTAK.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Welcome back. After that fake punt results in a long pass play from Wardell to Schlinker, and it went all the way from the 10 down to the 23 of Dubois on that play. We got a Dubois timeout. David Tremblay only on the field for a short time, and I'm sure there might have been some words of, guys, this is the state semifinal. What are we doing here? Here's in the shotgun back to Wardell. He's going to come around the right side. Pass it complete.
Wow, that was a great catch.
And going down for that catch again, Cohen Schlinker.
That was a great catch because that was a very low throw. It was almost at the ankles of Schlinker, and he was trying to get the ball over the defender that was tackling him as he passed. Just a great catch right there.
So again, McMacken back in the shotgun, and he'll pitch it back toward Wardell. Wardell's got the option. He takes around the left side, wrestled down by Clayton Rucks. But it's going to be a first down and goal.
No, they're going to call it an inch short.
Are they?
I think so.
Boy, it's pretty close. We'll see. Maybe they'll
this would be a 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches, but big gain for Burlington on 2nd down inside the 10-yard line at about the 8-yard line. So 3rd down and inches for the Burlington Huskies.
And after this, I think it's official who these teams will face in the state next year, whoever wins, as the game, I think, just ended, correct?
Little Snake River with a big win today. We'll get that score here in a minute. Here's Rux. He will take down the Burlington runner, but a 1st down and goal again as Joe Bassett will get that 1st down at the 6-yard line of Dubois. 1st and goal, and another opportunity for this Burlington Huskies team playing like a different team today. I know we're getting nods up here in the press box, but they played back in late October, and Dubois took a 60-52 win. Well, Burlington changed things around for this game. Here's a pitch back left side to McMacken. He scores his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Noah McMacken from 6 yards for the Burlington Huskies, and it's 42-16 with 2:13 to play.
And I would not want to be in the halftime huddle with Coach Tremblay today. They're going to have a lot to work on. That main thing is they're going to have to get that main play that Burlington has been running. The 2 times they had a really good stop, they basically had 2 QB spies that were having to play in the backfield, and the field goal, the PAT, is no good. Looked like it was blocked by 50.
Nice job there by Caden Shamley, who got in, may have got a hand on the football, but definitely messed around with Burlington's kicker a little bit. It's Burlington 42, Dubois 16. We're in the 2nd quarter, and a big surprise up here in Bighorn County, at least for people from Fremont County today on the Wind River Radio Network. We'll be back. Welcome back as Schlinker will tee it up for Burlington. 2:13 to play, 1st half, and Dubois, boy, they desperately need a touchdown here before halftime. Schlinker and his teammates get ready to roll. Here's the kick down deep, and it'll go out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So Dubois football, and I believe they move him out to the 25 and 6-man, something like that. 2:13 to play, 1st half. It'll be 1st and 15 for Dubois. Dubois, who won the opening flip, they will get the ball to start the 2nd half, and getting the ball in, finding a way to score here would be a big bonus. Definitely. Going into halftime for the Rams, who are trailing this game by 26 points.
Their best case scenario is they could get 16 points before they ever give Burlington back the ball, and they would still be down by 10 points. So that's something that they're really probably focusing on, is at least scoring right now and not giving Burlington any time whatsoever before halftime to even score again.
Dubois 1st and 15 at their own 25. And Wells in the shotgun. And Wyatt Tremblay off his right side. 2 receivers in the set. Handoff right side Tremblay. He'll pass it downfield. And it came up short as going long that time. Caden Shamley. And the ball actually closer to Schlinker.
Yeah.
Schlinker, if he would have put 2 hands up, may have intercepted that ball.
Yeah, Wyatt obviously was not the running quarterback that maybe he thought he was there. He had 10 yards between where that ball ended up and where it needed to be. That would have been an easy walk-in touchdown. But I was pointing out right before they hiked, Clayton Rux had nobody on him. He was an easy screen pass right there. He would just ran 40 yards right up the sideline.
Dubois offense has been going toward the Dubois sideline the whole game.
Oh, no.
Here's a bad snap. Wyatt Tremblay with the ball. He gets out in the open. Wyatt up over the 40, down to the 30, and he'll go all the way inside the 20.
What a
on
run.
the big run for the Dubois runner.
Yeah, that play blew up on their own in their backfield. The snap hit the ground before it ever got to Wells' hand, and Wells just smartly picked it up, handed it right to Wyatt, and Tremblay just up the gut, juked one guy out of their shoes, and next thing you know, he's in open field.
Wyatt got out in space that time, 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Here's Tremblay back the other side. Big block. Tremblay now in near the 10-yard line. No penalty flags on the play, as it looked like maybe a crackback block.
That's what I thought too.
And they did throw a flag on that. It's going to go on Dubois.
Yeah, number 11 for Burlington. Let's get the number here. Jordan Michaels, he just had no idea where he was when he got up. That was a big hit by Clayton Rooks. Just came out of the wrong side. Otherwise, that was a great block.
Boy, and it was up around the chest. They're going to say personal foul, crackback block. I believe that's the call on the play. So that'll move Dubois back 15 yards with 1:52 to play, and he absolutely leveled that Burlington Husky on the play.
Yes, he did, and that's the second penalty on Clayton. The first one was a hold that brought back a first and goal play earlier, and now that one, that would have been first and goal after that now.
First and, a long way to go for Dubois. They've got to go all the way to the 4-yard line. Here's Tremblay. He'll throw it over the middle to Ord, and the ball nearly picked off. Nearly picked off by Burlington.
The way that landed in Jonah Ord's arm, it wasn't his hand, it was his arm. He reached up and it hit his forearm. It bounced down and almost bounced into the Burlington's grab there. And just very lucky.
2nd and 30 for the Dubois Rams. Tremblay right behind Ryan Wells. Wells back to Tremblay. They'll back to Rux now, and Rux is going to throw it complete to Tremblay. And he's going to make his way inside the 20 and near the 10-yard line on the play. That had razzle-dazzle all over it as Rux was hit on the play. And then helping him up was Carson Jones, patting him on the back and saying, "You all right, man?" And if you're Dubois, you never want an opposing player to ever pick you up and pat you on the back.
Well, I will tell you what, that was a nifty play. There was 3 or 4 people that could have passed that ball. Ultimately, it was Clayton Rux that ended up with the pass, and he had his pick of the litter of who to choose from. So great play call there. Now instead of 3rd and 30, it's
about 3rd and 14. Here's Wyatt Tremblay around the right end. He's going to get the edge, but be ran out of bounds at about the 7-yard line
flag somewhere
of Burlington. We do have a flag on the play, and they're going to say it's going to go on Dubois. As Caden Shamley trying to talk things over with that official, and as a former baseball coach, you never get your way on that. They even moved the flag back a couple yards, so it's going to go on the Rams, and they're going to say again a crackback block on the Dubois Rams, and that'll be another 15-yard penalty.
Man, after
on the Rams.
This is where Dubois has been stepping on their own feet as well. They just, once they get the momentum, they start to just kind of hurt themselves, whether it's with penalties or whether it's with play calling. But one way or the other, they have to get out of their own way. With 1:12 left in the first half, they need a touchdown here. Like we said, they get the ball back at the beginning of the second half. That could put them just down by 10 if they were to do everything correct.
3rd and 29 for the Dubois Rams at the 32-yard line. Ryan Wells in the deep gun. We've got 3 receivers right, and Jonah Ord in the backfield beside Wells.
They got an
Wells
offsides.
will drop, and offside's going to be called on Burlington. That's going to go on number 35, Carson Jones. Nope, it's going to go on Dubois.
And that must
back
have been
them up again. The Rams back 5 yards on the play. I didn't see that.
I didn't see that
saw
either.
the defensive end jump, but he must have been provoked. So now 3rd and 34 for the Dubois Rams. Here's Wells. He'll drop to pass, throw it over the middle, incomplete. That pass intended for Clayton Rux, and frankly, it wasn't close.
They wouldn't have gotten anything with that anyway. He would have been tackled over the middle. It would have been on the 30-yard line, best case scenario there. And, now 4th and 34, after such a good drive down the field, they've stopped themselves once again on this drive.
Yeah, 3 penalties on this drive on the Dubois Rams. And so we'll see what kind of play we'll see from Coach David Tremblay. 1:06 to play, first half. 42-16 lead by Burlington. Dubois will get the ball back to start the second half. Here's Wyatt Tremblay in motion. Ball back to Wells. They've got to go a long ways. Ryan down deep for Tremblay and just off his hands, incomplete. And it will go over to Burlington on downs. So Burlington's defense holds with a minute to play. And now Burlington, they're starting to see some blood in the water. And they're going to go for broke here in the final minute of the first half.
That was such a high arching pass. It was just a lame duck thrown up in the air. And when you look at it and you don't look at where the receivers are going, you'd think that was going to be intercepted. It was just so high up in the air and it held there forever. But right off the tip of Wyatt's hands, my goodness.
1st and 15 at the 36-yard line of Burlington. Here's Wardell getting that second pitch, and he'll pass it down to an open receiver. Schlenker catches the ball, and he'll be wrestled out of bounds right at the 9-yard line. And it's been all Burlington in this first half. 50 seconds to play. Schlenker from Wardell.
And poor Caleb Gleim, he actually had some good coverage, but he didn't turn his head fast enough, and as he was turning his head, the ball landed right in Schlenker's hands. Next thing you know, you have to play kind of pick up there and just grab what you can. Oh, poor Caleb Gleim. He actually had a good defense there.
1st down and goal. Here's the pitch back to Wardell. Again, he cuts back to the right. He's inside the 5, and he'll score. Wow.
It just didn't
Seth Wardell and this Burlington Huskies team is taking it out on the Dubois Rams today in Burlington.
It just didn't look like anyone other than Jonah Ord was trying to, play defense there. He had him wrapped up on the outside, and as soon as he cut back, every other Dubois player, they had their own guy that they were watching, but they didn't come up and try and help at all.
Here's the kick by Schlenker. It's good, and we've still got 41 seconds to play in the first half. It's Burlington 50, Dubois 16. Yep, it's 50-16, folks, from Burlington here on KTAK.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Here's the kick from Schlenker. It'll be picked up on the play by Gleim. And Gleim going to be wrestled down on the 34-yard line with 36 seconds to play first half. And this is not at all what we came up here expecting. We expected halftime score of like 30-30 in this one, but Burlington, they've scored on every offensive drive in this ballgame, and they lead 50-16. Last score, a 9-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Seth Wardell.
And like we've said, it's not really been Burlington stopping Dubois. They've done a great job of doing that, but it's also been Dubois stopping Dubois with penalties and just poor play calling and dropping passes.
Here's Ryan Wells in the shotgun. He'll hand off left side, and off to the races is Wyatt Tremblay over the 35, where he'll be wrestled down to the 36 after a gain of about 4 yards, and a Dubois timeout with 28 seconds to play first half. We'll take a break. It's Burlington 50, Dubois 16. Second quarter score from the 1A 6-man state semifinal in Burlington.
Jay Collins here, and I want to wish all the Fremont County athletes good luck this year. Stop down at Fremont Chevy to talk sports and let me help you purchase your next vehicle. Jay Collins, your local sales professional at Fremont Chevy Buick GMC, 307-349-7846.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get
Wells in the gun. He'll hand to Wyatt Tremblay. Wyatt off to the races over the 40, down toward the 30 and out of bounds with 21 seconds to play first half. And Wyatt was looking to pitch it. He received the direct snap, and he was able to gain a first down now right at the 31-yard line of Burlington. Actually, the 32-yard line of Burlington with 21 seconds to play first half. Dubois trying to get a spark of momentum going in here at halftime.
He was able to get that first down because of the fake pitch. He faked out 2 Burlington defenders.
Wells in the gun. In motion is Ord. Wells hands off left side to Tremblay. And Burlington with great pursuit of Wyatt Tremblay, and he'll lose yards on the play.
Yeah, that play hasn't really been working for him that much. Basically, Wells gets the direct snap and starts to run one way or the other and just holds the ball out back almost like a baton in relay races on track and field. And every now and then Wells gets a good block and Tremblay's able to get a few yards. But for the most part, that pursuit you're talking about by Burlington has led to very minimal gains on that play.
Loss of 1 yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 16 with 13 seconds to play in this first half at the 32-yard line. Ryan Wells to Tremblay, back to Wells. He'll throw right side behind the receiver, Caden Chamley. He was open on the play inside the 20, but that pass delivered behind the receiver.
I feel very bad for Chamley right now. He had that open touchdown run earlier, but Wyatt Tremblay threw it too short, and now he was wide open, and Ryan Wells not only threw it behind him, but threw it a little low there too. Chamley could very easily have 2 touchdowns and 2 receptions right now, but right now 0 for 2 instead.
Nice crowd here on a Friday afternoon in Burlington. I'm guessing at least twice the town population here at the football stadium.
The whole town's
8 seconds to play. Burlington leads it 50-16. 3rd and 16 for Dubois. Wells will drop to pass. He'll pump and then throw it back left side, complete on the play to Gavin Klaus, and he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Clock runs out. That's the end of the first half from Burlington. The score, oh my, Burlington 50, Dubois 16. We're back with the halftime show brought to you by
CWC.
Central Wyoming College. We'll be back as Burlington leaves the field all in smiles on a Friday afternoon. This is the 1A 6-man semifinal. We'll be back with a halftime show coming up next on KTAK.
Standing value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine, Adina Vasco, and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and Dubois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
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 It's Physical Therapy Month. October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like April better.
Welcome back. Here is a halftime show brought to you by Central Wyoming College. Cody Beers and Sean O'Brate, and we'll go over some scores from around Wyoming. First in Class 1A six-man football, final score in from Little Snake River. It's number 1 Little Snake 71 and Encampment 8. Here at the half, it is Burlington 50 and Dubois 16. In Class 1A nine-man football at 4 o'clock today, it'll be Rocky Mountain at Pine Bluffs. That game about to kick off. Final score in today in 2A. Number 2, Bighorn 7. Number 3, Lyman 0. That was a defensive game, but congratulations to Bighorn. They will play next week in Laramie. 5 o'clock start today. Buffalo at number 1, Cody. 5 p.m. For a spot in Laramie as the number 1 Bronx host Buffalo. Incidentally, it was the Buffalo Bison that gave Cody its best game of the year. I believe it was something like 35-14 in that game, so it'll be interesting to see if the Bison can stand up today. Number 2, Star Valley at Douglas, a 6 p.m. kickoff. In Class 4A, Cheyenne Central at number 1, Sheridan at 6 p.m. and Natrona County at number 2, Cheyenne East at 6 p.m. today. Tomorrow we'll have this game on KWYW and on Wild Today at YouTube. It'll be number 5, Wind River at number 2, Shoshone. Of course, Shoshone, the defending state champion. Wind River with the big road win last week as Cooper Frederick ran the ball 51 times.
61 times. Sorry. Keep going.
I believe he ran it 51 times. You can prove me wrong, but anyway, Cooper Frederick, whatever.
I ruined your flow. I'm so sorry.
50 yards rushing in that game. It's fine. As Wind River earned a second straight state semifinal contest against the Shoshone Wranglers. Unfortunately for Wind River, they will be without the services of Chris Burke and also J.C. Herbert, whose seasons are done. But that could be a good matchup tomorrow in Shoshone. In Class 2A football tomorrow, it'll be number 5 Cokeville at number 1 Lovell, a 1 p.m. kickoff in that one. And Sean, this first half for Burlington was just outstanding football offensively, and then defensively they were just all over the Rams.
Yeah, and one of the main things they're doing on offense that's working is they're spreading the offense. They're spreading the Dubois defense around with their offense, and they're able to get a lot of open holes in the middle of their Rams defense, their man-on-man defense. And just on the other side, Dubois can't replicate what they're doing because Dubois is more of a running team than they are a passing team. Not saying they don't have a passing threat, but the way that Burlington is running their offense is almost the exact opposite of how Dubois runs their offense. So they're just having trouble picking up a lot of the coverages that they need to. And like we said earlier, they basically have 2 quarterbacks in the backfield at all times. So Dubois has to play almost 2 different QB spies, and they have to chase them down before they ever get a man open, which has become very, very hard, obviously, as they're down by 34 points right now.
Well, and when you give these quarterbacks as much time as Burlington has given their throwers, it makes it a lot easier for the receivers to get open. So
definitely.
That's been happening all day. This game started out neck and neck as Noah McMacken would score on the first play of the game, a 45-yard touchdown run to give Burlington a 6-0 lead. Schlenker's 2-point kick made it 8-0. But Dubois responded with a drive of its own. It was a 4-minute and 5-second drive as Caden Chamley would score on a 5-yard touchdown run. And then Ord to Tremblay to Chamley would be a 2-point conversion, and it would be 8-8 with 5:45 to play. But after that, it was mostly Burlington as Wardell would score on a 15-yard run at the 3:54 mark. Schlenker's PAT made it 16-8. Schlenker would hit Seth Wardell on a 15-yard pass to make the score 22-8. The kick was no good, but then Wardell would come back, hit Joe Bassett on a 21-yard scoring pass. It was 28-8 after the kick was blocked by Dubois with 1:16 to play in the first quarter. Opening the second, McMacken would score again on a 5-yard touchdown run. Schlenker's PAT made it 36-8. Wyatt Tremblay would score on a 5-yard touchdown run for Dubois at the 4:44 mark. Novice's PAT made the score 36-6. But then Burlington struck big in the final 2 minutes, 15 seconds of the first half. First on a McMacken 6-yard touchdown run, his third touchdown of the ball game. Kick was no good. It was 42-16. And then Wardell would score on a 9-yard scoring run, his second touchdown of the first half. And it would be a 50-16 lead after the Schlenker 2-point kick. It was a great first half for the Burlington Huskies, and it could be a great state championship game next Saturday. 10 a.m. kickoff from Laramie, War Memorial Stadium. The winner of this game versus Little Snake River, the number 1 team all year long in 6-man football. And, you know, it's been a lot of fun all year to cover these teams, but we did not expect this first half by the Burlington Huskies, and I know the Dubois Rams certainly did not either.
No, they definitely didn't. And Coach Tremblay has talked a lot about getting the right defensive look on offenses that they go against early. They want to make sure that there is no confusion, and right now it just looks like it's all confusion on Dubois' side of the ball. Their offense is falling flat for the most part, and their defense, even if they're able to stop Burlington on the first or second down, even the third down on 1 or 2 of those series, they're just unable to do it consistently, and it's leading to a lot of huge plays by Burlington. You know, they had the 4th and 9. They were backed up into their own end zone, basically, and they turned that into a 40-yard some-odd drive, or a 40-yard some-odd play. Next thing you know, it's a touchdown two drives later. And it's very difficult for Dubois to get their head wrapped around the offense that Burlington is presenting to them. And if they can pull off this monumental comeback, which 34 points, you know, it sounds like a lot, but with 6-man, that can be had in just a handful of plays if you really think about it. And you've seen it with Burlington so far this game. You've seen them just rack up points 1, 2, 3, 4 plays in a row. You know, they've been able to score 2 or 3 touchdowns. So it's not impossible, but if Dubois does pull off this monumental comeback, they're going to have a very similar offense in Little Snake that's able to do a lot of this passing game that they're looking at against right now. So they need to get in their head right now. They need to get on that defensive side of the ball and get right with this defensive look that they have. But on offense, you know, it can't all be Wyatt Tremblay, no matter how good he is, obviously breaking the single-season state rushing record for 6-man. That's all good and dandy, but that's not going to mean anything at the end of this game if you go home and you are not on the victorious side of this game. So they need to find a way to get Clayton Rux the ball. He's had 2 great passes, one to Wyatt Tremblay and the other one to Jonah Ord, I believe. But right now they need to get Caden Shamley out in space. He's been out in space and he's gotten past the defense really well. They just need to get him the ball. So far 2 balls have been underthrown to him, and it's not his fault that they're getting underthrown, but he has had 2 wide open looks, just underthrown balls, and if they can continue to get looks like that, especially with Shamley or Rux, I mean, this game could turn into a fist fight. But right now, 4 minutes left before we end halftime here. We want to thank Central Wyoming College for sponsoring this halftime show for most of the school year. You can check out Central Wyoming College's classes on cwc.edu, or you can head up to Riverton and take a tour of the campus. It's a beautiful campus, and it's only getting more and more beautiful, even with the snow out there right now. But for now, let's take a brief word from our sponsors. We will come back with the end of the halftime show and the beginning of the second half with Dubois getting the ball back first. It is Dubois 16, Burlington 50. This is your Central Wyoming College halftime show on 93.9 KTAK. And we're streaming on WYO Today's YouTube page. Be right back.
A lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Welcome back to Burlington Husky Stadium here. Good crowd on a chilly Friday afternoon, windy. It's sunny, blue sky outside, but it's starting to feel like fall for sure as the snow hit this week, and you can see it all around the Bighorn Basin, but in the Bighorn Basin, no snow in Thermopolis except up in the mountains. And so once you get on this side of the canyon, it's pretty nice, but chilly.
Very.
Dubois will receive this kick to open the second half. Of course, the Rams trailing 50-16, and it was a very animated Coach David Tremblay over on the east side of this field talking to his team at halftime, and we'll see how they respond trailing by 5 touchdowns as they come out, and Dubois needs to get something positive, and then they're going to have to figure out how to stop this Burlington defense. And, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility that you could get yourself back in this game. But right now, first things first, need a drive, need a score, need something positive to happen for the Rams.
Definitely. We saw Burlington score quickly. I mean, it's not impossible to put up 30-plus points in the matter of, couple drives, but
there's Cohen Schlenker with the opening kick. It'll go into the end zone and a touchback. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Rams at their own 15-yard line.
And fun fact, only one team has put up more than 44 points on Dubois all year, with Encampment being that 44 points, but they beat them 70-44, and that's Dubois now twice, putting up a 50-burger on them twice.
Ryan Wells under center. He'll hand it off left side to Wells, a fake reverse, and then the ball going to be handed off to Jonah Ord, and he'll gain about 5 yards over the 20-yard line. We'll give him a short 6. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Dubois Rams. This Dubois Rams team lost last year in the state semifinals. It was a 56-36 loss at the hands of Encampment.
Oh, what a play.
And we'll see.
Oh, no.
Here's a ball. It's going to be back, or Wyatt Tremblay will get the ball, and then he'll pitch it back, and it bounced in front of Ryan Wells, and it'll be a 5-yard loss on second down. I'm not sure what went on there, but it did not work. And it'll be 3rd and 20.
They tried that play I talked about earlier where Wells just walks out in front and puts his hand behind him, but they instead of running to the right, they turned to the left and got balled up there.
Wells in the gun. He'll find Jonah Ord out in the right flat, and he'll be wrestled down at the 20-yard line. This is going to be 4-down territory for the Rams. They've got to go for it
every time,
all the time.
Yep. This is going to be 4-down territory for the rest of this half. There's no way that they're going to be able to go off the field without a touchdown or a turnover on downs.
Nick Novice comes running on the field for Dubois, and leaving is Gavin Klaus. Here's Wyatt Tremblay to Jonah Ord. Ord trying to fight his way for a first down. He's going to have it.
Wow.
Out over the 35-yard line. Big run by Jonah Ord on 4th down and 10.
Yeah, he had Wyatt Tremblay leading the block, and as soon as Wyatt got held up there by a Burlington player, it was up to Jonah to get through 2 different tacklers, and he did so, I wouldn't even say with ease, but he just dragged him along for 5 or 6 yards.
8:15 to play in this third quarter. Dubois trailing by 5 touchdowns. Here's the pitch to Wyatt Tremblay. Back to Ryan Wells. Wells going to try to take off running, and Burlington had that one sniffed out. It's going to be a loss on the play of about 3 yards. Sometimes when you get too fancy, it doesn't work, and it definitely did not work that time for the Rams. 2nd and 17.
Yeah, so far coming out of the halftime huddle, that you were right, was very animated. They've had 2 or 3 kind of tricky plays. One of them worked with the fake reverse, but then the other one where they got bunched up in the backfield, and then that one, those have just resulted in loss.
So 2nd and 17. Wells will hand off right side again to Jonah Ord, and he'll gain positive yards, a gain of about 5 yards on the play, where now it'll be 3rd, we're going to say, and about 12 yards for Dubois. They've got to go down to the Burlington 31 for a first down.
Yeah, Dubois is doing kind of what I talked about in the halftime show. They don't have to give it to Wyatt every single time. Granted, he's very talented, but Burlington's honing in on them, and they're leaving other players open.
Pitch left side, Wyatt Tremblay. He's going to follow blockers but be wrestled down. Boy, Wyatt with a big gain as he drug a host of Burlington tacklers over the 40 and down to about the 37. So a makeable 4th down play here for Dubois. Looks like about 4th and 7 for the Rams.
And yeah, he dragged those 4 or 5 Burlington play, almost like the whole defense. He dragged him about 5 yards, and we got a timeout.
Yeah, David Tremblay knows that this drive means a lot for momentum. He takes a timeout. 6:37 to play, third quarter. It's Burlington 50, Dubois 16. We'll be back on KTAK.
Offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
We're back as Ryan Wells under center will hand on. Nope, he'll come out right side to pass. Throw it over the middle. It's caught, but it's short of a first down. That completion to Gavin Klaus, the 6'2", 200-pound senior, but it's going to come up 3 yards short for a first down.
They had their helmets stuck together over there. Jonah Ord and the defensive player, they had their helmets hooked together. The ref had to get in between them. I thought they were fighting or arguing, but yes, that was a good pass, and a lot of these passes are looking like just kind of lame ducks up in the air, and they're spending a lot of time just arching over the defense, and he's lucky that wasn't picked, but only about 1.5 yards short of the first down marker.
It was a good touch pass there by Ryan Wells, but first down now for Burlington at their own 33. Here's a pitch back to Wardell. Wardell going to throw it deep over the middle to Schlinker, and he misses him by a step, as Colton Schlinker was going to score another touchdown, but that pass just out of the fingertips of Cohen Schlenker.
Yeah, and they're just going to keep doing this same play call, and they're up by 34. They're going to take some shots and try and step on the throats of Dubois a little bit more. Dubois a little lucky there. They need to have a little bit better man-on-man coverage right now.
Dubois Rams defense has not stopped Burlington one time in this game. 50 to 16, 6:25 to go. Here's Wardell. He'll pitch it out. Left side to Schlenker.
Oh, he got Jonah
and
there.
Schlenker back, makes a move to the left. He's going to have a first down and more as he's inside the 20 and inside the 10 of Dubois. A big run on 2nd and 15 for Cohen Schlenker.
Boy, and Schlenker was back there with Jonah Ord, and he just went right, and Jonah started following him, and then Schlenker turned on the jets and went left. And Jonah was left in the dust, and then he just started pointing out to his blockers where to go. That was a huge gain.
Burlington doing a great job at spreading out this Dubois defense and then using speed to run past that spy. It's working well. Here's McMacken in the shotgun. Wardell behind him. He'll pitch to Wardell. Wardell going to run over the 10, flip it inside, touchdown. And that'll be Joe Bassett again from 8 yards out. A Burlington touchdown.
That could have been a Burlington touchdown any of 3 ways. He had nobody in front of him. He could have just kept running to the outside. He could have pitched to the back, and he still would have had everyone to the outside, but he flipped it forward, probably the least easiest of options, and it still became a touchdown.
Schlenker on for the kick, and it's good. So 2-point conversion kick gives Burlington a 58-16 lead over the Dubois Rams. This is the Fremont County Game of the Week on KTAK. We'll be back.
Is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Welcome back, as that's the second scoring pass for Joe, a reception for Joe Bassett in this game. He has the 8-yarder just now, and he had a 21-yarder in the first half. For Wardell, Seth Wardell with 2 touchdowns running the football, and now his second passing touchdown of this ball game, and Burlington leads it 58-16 as Burlington Schlenker will get ready to kick it off. His legs got to be getting a bit tired. He's been kicking the ball all day long for Burlington.
And running.
Nice kickoff picked up by Tremblay on the 7-yard line. Wyatt will bust it outside, but then he'll be triple, and four guys will take down Wyatt Tremblay at the 20-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 for the Dubois Rams.
He had a blocker out in front of him to the left, and he chose to try and use his legs and go right. And while it would have worked if he had gotten past that first defender a little quicker, it just took too much time on the right. Maybe he should have followed his blockers.
Dubois 8-1 on the year, Burlington 8-1 on the year, and this is not the way that anybody wants to finish their season. Here's Wyatt Tremblay. He'll fake the pass, and he'll run up over the 25-yard line, where it'll be, I believe, second down and 10.
Well, like we said, it's never impossible until it's, triple zeros.
11, sorry.
But they have their work cut out for them, and right now running the ball, while it is their bread and butter, it might not get them the points as fast as they need them to be put up right now.
5:15 to play in the third. 42-point lead for the Burlington Huskies. That translates to 6 touchdowns. Wells under center. He'll pitch it back to...
Oh, no.
They tried a little reverse, and they got fancy again as getting in the backfield that time for Burlington, tackling Clayton Rux on a big loss. It'll be a loss of right at 9 yards on the play as they tried a little reverse. It was Wells to Tremblay, back to Rux, and Burlington was standing there.
Yeah, they were just waiting in the backfield.
Took Rux down.
And, when the Burlington defense is waiting in your backfield, I know that Wyatt doesn't have eyes in the back of his head, but if he had just kept running that, he would have at least had minimal yardage of a gain, not a loss.
Here's Wells, third and about 22. He's under duress in the backfield. He'll complete it to Rux out over the 25, where Clayton Rux will be taken down on the play by Noah McMacken.
McMacken just stood him up. Clayton's definitely bigger than him, and he just stood him right up.
So that gains back the lost yards, and it'll be a 4th down now, and right at 8 yards for Dubois. Again, 4th down for the Dubois Rams.
And, yeah, their 4th down play calls have not been super great so far, other than the Jonah Ord run that we saw earlier, but that was off the legs of Ord in the way that he got through the defense. If they want to keep getting these 4th down conversions that they're forcing themselves into, the play calling has to start getting right.
Here's Wells. He'll come out under center. Jonah Ord right behind him. Wyatt Tremblay behind him. It'll be a pitch right side. Wyatt's got to try to get the edge. Good block by Ryan Wells. We'll get a 1st down as Wardell forced to run Tremblay out of bounds after a good gain on 4th down. 1st down, Dubois.
Great block by Wells. So far, whenever Wells throws that option, he sometimes just keeps running and doesn't really throw a big block, but right there, he knew he needed to throw a big block, and he did, and that's the only reason that Wyatt got that 1st down.
1st and 15 for Dubois at the 38 of Burlington.
It's starting to warm up a little bit out there.
Here's the pitch back to Ord, and then getting in the backfield. Big defensive play that time by Burlington's Jordan Michaels, a junior on this defense, all the way in the backfield. And they tried a handoff to Tremblay, but he was taken out by not only Michaels, but the Dubois runner on the play. So big loss again for Dubois. And it's going to be a loss of, 2, 7, 8 yards on the play.
Some of these fancy little
somebody
double
fall
handoffs.
down upstairs?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Boy, that didn't sound good. Here's Wells in the shotgun. Nearly lost it over his head. Ryan now running. He'll complete the pass to Clayton Rux. Rux had to go low at the 26-yard line of Burlington. Actually, the 27 for the reception. Big play.
Great use of his legs right there by Ryan Wells. He was about to be sacked, and he just took a step forward. There's not really a pocket in 6-man, but if you want to call it a pocket, stepped up in the pocket, and he found Rux right in between the middle of the defense. Good play.
So 3rd and 5 now for Dubois. Ryan Wells in the gun. And he'll drop to pass, throw it long over the middle toward Ord, and it's off his hands and incomplete. Coverage by Seth Wardell on the play.
And Wardell was just sitting there waiting for it to come near him. He didn't really throw it in stride to Ord, but he took a big, big step when he threw that ball. He was getting all of his power behind it.
Ord was open. It was just going to be a one-on-one play, and if he catches that ball, it's a touchdown because Wardell was not able to bat the ball away. So 4th down, 3 receivers right for Dubois, and a handoff to Wyatt Tremblay. He's going to get a 1st down and more up near the 20 of Burlington. So Dubois will convert the 4th down play, and it'll be 1st and 15 at the 21.
That almost looked like the old Boise State Statue of Liberty call right there. Fake pass.
I always thought that Statue of Liberty was kind of handed off over your shoulder, but
kind of, yeah, just right. It was with the fake pass, then you put the ball behind your back. That's what he did. Wyatt getting the 1st down there on 4th.
Here's Wells in the shotgun, 1st and 15. He'll pass it right side, complete to Ord. Ord's going to rumble in, touchdown, Dubois.
And that is exactly what they need. The momentum needs to be shifted into Dubois' favor if they have any chance of doing anything of a comeback right now.
21-yard touchdown pass from Wells to Ord at the 1:36 mark of this 3rd quarter, and it's been a long time coming for Dubois, says Nick Novice now on for the extra point. Kick is on its way. Oof. It's going to be short. So with 1:36 to play, 3rd quarter, it's Burlington 58, Dubois 22. We'll be back after a break on KTAK, and we're streaming on WYO Today at YouTube.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
21-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Wells to Jonah Ord. Kick was not good, and it's 58-22. Nick Novice will line up to kick it off for Dubois, and they'll try the onside kick. It'll be bounced around. Dubois recovers.
Wow.
And that'll be Caden Chamley as the ball bounced off.
Looks like 22.
Burlington player. No, it was 59 and maybe 69. Pablo Mendez, a senior. Boy, and if there's anybody in this booth, those numbers are hard to read, guys. I'm telling you.
It is 69 because he's beating himself up on the sideline.
You guys did it
right
on
now.
purpose, I know. Here's Wyatt Tremblay now back on offense. We're going to get stiff arm both ways. Wyatt turned around, wanted a call. The side judge says no. It'll be a short gain. 2nd down and 11 for Dubois.
You could add a face mask call on either of them, but that's kind of the rule of thumb. If they're both reaching and stiff arming at the face, just don't call either.
2nd and 11 for Dubois after recovering that onside kick. Here's Wyatt Tremblay over the 30, and he'll be wrestled down on the 25-yard line.
And as far as momentum goes, this is when you want to go up-tempo. You want to score ASAP. You want to show Burlington you are not going down without a fight. 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Burlington tackler on that play, Carson Jones, the senior. 3rd and 6 for Dubois. Here's a handoff right side. Wyatt Tremblay looking to find his spot. He'll make it inside the 22, and he'll be taken down right at the 21-yard line. They're going to say 1st down and 15 on that 3rd down run. 34 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Dubois looking to cash in on that onside kick recovery.
That 1st down was all the extra effort with the last yardage there, and Wyatt just keeping his legs going through the tackle.
There's Ryan Wells under center. 2 backs behind him. He'll fade out left side, throw it over the middle, complete to Ord, who will be wrestled down right at the 15-yard line. Coverage on that play by Seth Wardell of Burlington.
And you can see that Burlington's getting a little peeved, a little annoyed right now because they are doing the same defense, and they're doing hurry up right now. Oh, they're spiking the ball.
Dubois tried to run a play, and the clock is going to run out. Did they get it down before the end of the 3rd quarter? Referees will get together. There's no time on the clock.
I think he spiked it with 1 second left.
They'll say 2nd down. And they're going to say end of the quarter. So that'll do it. Unfortunately, that's going to cost Dubois a down as the clock ran out in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if Dubois can score here and continue its comeback. We've played 3 quarters. It's Burlington 58, Dubois 22. We're on KTAK.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Dubois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting.
Welcome back as we start the 4th quarter of play. Ryan Wells back to pass. 2nd and 15 for Dubois. Here's a complete pass across the middle inside the 5-yard line. And the receiver, Gavin Klaus, the 6'2", 200-pound senior. Dubois kind of in hurry-up mode now as it's 3rd down, or 1st and goal now at the just inside the 5. Here's a pitch right side, Wyatt Tremblay toward the goal line. Will he get in? Touchdown, Dubois. So 5-yard touchdown for Wyatt Tremblay as we start the fourth quarter. Second play, 9:40 to play, and it's 58-28.
Well, and that spike didn't seem to come back and bite them. We were talking about it before the fourth quarter officially began. Basically cost them a down, but it didn't matter in the end. Novice into kick, and that's a bad snap.
Bad snap picked up by Tremblay. He'll try to throw it. It's caught by Chamley, but it's going to be short, and so the extra point will be no good. But Dubois cuts into the lead. They now trail 58-28 with 9:40 to play. We'll be back on KTAK.
Choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
And we are back. 9 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in this ball game. Huskies coming out strong, coming out with a big lead. But Dubois has come and tried to do what they can to cut into it. And so far they've gotten 2 touchdowns on 2 consecutive series. One a pass to Jonah Ord, and then another one right there, a run by Wyatt Tremblay.
Here's Nick Novice on the onside kick. It's going to be covered by Burlington, and then everybody backs off, and the runner, number 35, Carson Jones, is able to gain about 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 10 just inside midfield for Burlington on the 39 of Dubois.
Yeah, the onside kick did not go Dubois' way there that way, but they also didn't come at it with that same vigor that they did with the first one, I feel like.
It is going to go right to the 40-yard line as that recovery. Now Burlington under center. Here's Wardell. He'll kick it back to Schlenker. Actually, that was McMacken, and McMacken will gain right at 9 yards on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 6 for Burlington.
And you can already kind of see it in the way that Dubois is going to we've seen it before. They're going to try and do those punch-out moves rather than get a full wrap-up tackle. They're going to try and force a fumble, I would imagine, here, at least try their hardest to get them to turn over the ball.
2nd and 6 for Burlington, 9:05 to play. And now they're just running clock as Wardell waiting for the back judge to raise his right arm. Here's Wardell under center. He'll hand off straight up the middle. It'll be a 1st down and more. It's going to be a Burlington touchdown as scoring his 3rd touchdown of the day, Joe Bassett. And that's going to be a 26-yard run for Joe Bassett.
Man, these fire trucks, every time they scare me when they score a touchdown, they're right beside us. Very loud. And, yeah, that was they were not prepared for the fullback run all the way up the middle. I think they were waiting a little bit longer to see if the running back was going to get the ball and pass it like they have been.
64-28 now as on to kick the extra point, Schlenker, and it's going to be blocked on the play by, looks like Wyatt Tremblay or Clayton Rux for Dubois. But the damage is done. 8:47 to play. Burlington 64. Dubois 28. We'll be back after a break. This is the Fremont County Game of the Week on KTAK.
Our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines! You need an oil change.
Welcome back. Go Wolverines as the Riverton Wolverine girls down at the state volleyball tournament this weekend in Casper. Here's Schlenker. He'll get ready to kick things off for Burlington. He'll kick it deep toward Wyatt Tremblay. The ball is going to go, I believe, in the end zone for a touchback.
And that was smart on Wyatt not to pick it up or touch it. He was hoping it gets in the end zone. And they're calling a flag. I think it's going to go out of bounds at the 1.
Out of bounds at the 1. So it'll be Dubois football up at the 25-yard line with 8:47 to play. At first he said it was a touchback, and then the other guy says, no, it went out at the 1. This 1A six-man state championship game will be played at 10 a.m. Saturday, a week from tomorrow, at War Memorial Stadium, followed by the 1A nine-man state championship. And Fremont County will have a team in that game, as tomorrow's 1A nine-man semifinal from Shoshone features the Wind River Cougars and the Shoshone Wranglers.
Defending state champs, they're going to have a lot on their mind tomorrow, especially against their right down the street rivals, if you want to call them that. They're 20 minutes apart from each other. They see each other quite a bit.
First and 15 for Dubois here in Burlington. Ryan Wells will hand off right side to Jonah Ord. Ord's going to be ran down at the 25 and then covered up by a bevy of Huskies. Or how do you say that? A pack of Huskies.
Yeah. And I don't know how many Huskies you're going to find around here, but they're all on the field right now, and they are just not letting up at all. And
keep looking around for the sled, because these guys have been pulling it all day long. The Burlington Huskies playing great football. So 2nd and 15, no gain on the play for Jonah Ord. Handoff right now. Wells is going to fade back to pass, and he's under duress.
Oof.
He'll pass it over the middle, intended for Wyatt Tremblay, incomplete.
He was just lucky to get the ball off. He was about to be hit one or two different ways, and while the ball wasn't a perfectly placed ball, Tremblay was wide open, and that should have been a completion there. Just threw it too low and a little bit outside. And you can tell Ryan Wells is not very comfortable throwing on the move in duress.
Well, and he's been under duress a lot today. So 3rd and 15 for the Rams. Wells in the shotgun, a lot of time to throw it. He'll pass it over the middle, incomplete, behind and over the head of Caden Chamley.
And I feel so bad for Chamley, because he's had a lot of opportunities to get the ball, and he's either been overthrown like he was there, which it's hard to overthrow that big man, or he's been underthrown, and he very easily could have had a huge game today if these passes were just a little bit better right in the numbers.
Sunny, blue sky, chilly here on a Friday afternoon. We're proud, and we appreciate all the sponsorship of all of our broadcasts this year. We've brought you 9 different Fremont County matchups, including this second-round playoff game. Here's Jonah Ord. He's going to get the handoff. He'll be over the 30 on 4th down, but Burlington holds. And the Burlington Huskies, well, they're starting to gas up the bus. They'll be warming it up all week for a trip to Laramie. And I'm guessing they'll go to Laramie on Friday.
The ref just threw that little dart to the kid there. That was pretty funny.
And he dove, and it was complete along the sidelines.
At least the refs are having fun, right?
1st and 15 now for Burlington. 7:55 to play. And this one, well, I think it's been decided at this point. But Wardell will bring out his Huskies under center. Pitch left side to Noah McMacken. He'll cut back right side and run past the outstretched arms of Jonah Ord and be thrown out of bounds by Wyatt Tremblay.
All these parents standing right by the sideline, they know they're about to get hit sometimes, and they're all just rushing to try and help the kid up. But, man, there's some brave parents over here. Looks like one of them brought like a couch or something over to the sideline.
Yeah, I wonder if they brought that out of their house.
Yeah, there's some houses around here.
2nd and 3 for Burlington at the 21 of Dubois. Is that your couch? I don't know that I've ever seen a couch on the sidelines of a high school football game.
Brought a full leather couch out here.
Handoff right side, nearly fumbled on the play, but holding on to the ball was Alex Perez, and it'll be 3rd down and 4 for Burlington.
And like you said, I think this game is all over but the crying, and one fun thing that's going to happen next week, that will be Burlington versus Little Snake River. And while Dubois has had the mispleasure of playing Little Snake River, that's been their only loss all season, Burlington has yet to face them. So that will be a great firepower of a game there.
3rd and 5 for Burlington. Again, a handoff up the middle to the fullback, and Dubois will stop Joe Bassett on that run. So it'll be 4th down and a timeout by the Rams taken, as it'll be 4th and 2 as Coach Tremblay comes out to talk to the Rams. We'll take a break with 7:05 to play. It's Burlington 64, Dubois 28. Burlington about to punch their ticket to the state championship game next weekend in Laramie. We'll be back.
Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear.
Oops, sorry
7:05 to play. Burlington 4th and 2. It'll be Wardell. Complete pass, and it's going to go for a Burlington touchdown. That's going to be Wardell complete on the play. A little quick snap pass to Carson Jones, and he'll run in. Touchdown, Burlington.
And this is by far the most points allowed by Dubois in the last 2 seasons. And I know Coach Tremblay, he told me earlier last week, he said if any team can score 50 on us, I applaud them, but that's not what we need to get into state. And that is just ringing true more and more with every play here. This Dubois team, while they have the talent, it just wasn't there today.
We're going to get a muffed
snap on the point after.
And then Schlenker had it, but Tremblay took him down, and the 2-point kick is no good. So 6:59 to play. Burlington, well, in school that's a C, but out here it's an A. Burlington 70, Dubois 28. We'll be back.
Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Welcome back. We'd like to thank Pepsi for being one of our sponsors this year, as the kick down picked up by Wyatt Tremblay on the 10. Wyatt out over the 20, over the 25, and he'll be run out of bounds near the 27-yard line. So 1st and 15 for Dubois, 6:52 to play.
And, you know, you're down this much. I would like to see some of those plays that Coach Tremblay writes up but never actually calls because they never have the need for him. Right now, you can pull out some fun stuff. You can try some things that may or may not have worked in practice. You really have nothing to lose right now, even if most coaches don't want to admit that.
5 seniors playing their final game today for Dubois. Here's Wyatt Tremblay. He'll be back next year, but a bunch of these guys will go down through this. Ryan Wells, the quarterback, a senior. Nick Novice, Gavin Klaus, Caden Chamley, Clayton Rux, all seniors for this Dubois Rams team. And Rux, he's going to be an all-stater mostly because of his defense, the state's top point getter on defense for the Rams.
Not surprised. In this backfield of Jonah Ord and Wyatt Tremblay next year, they're seniors next year. They're going to be dangerous.
2nd and 4 for Dubois. Here's Ryan Wells.
Oh, they just brought the whole blitz. Oh, what was that pass? He threw it behind his back.
I have no idea, but it wasn't 2nd and 4. I'm sorry about that. It was 2nd and 11. And then Ryan Wells throws the ball behind his back.
Yeah, I said call something cool and tricky there. That wasn't
They're going to say quarterback sack on that play. So 3rd now and a long ways, about 23 yards for a first down. 3rd and 23 for the Rams. 5:45 to play. Guessing we'll have a relatively short post-game show.
I would imagine, too, as well.
Ryan Wells under center. Now the right tackle, Caden Chamley, jumps, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Rams.
Chamley's not having a fun day today for his final game as a Dubois Rams.
More salt in the wounds on that penalty.
Yeah. So
3rd and 28.
One of our coworkers might say 3rd and a country mile here.
No, we're not saying that. If he's listening, that's not true. Here's Wells. He'll fade back to pass. He's back near the goal line, and he's going to throw the ball out of bounds. I don't know. Is there such a do they have to get it to the line of scrimmage? I guess not. So that's going to go incomplete. And, yes, it is going to be grounding on the play. So
what really stinks is he had Wyatt wide open about 15 yards down the field. He just couldn't even throw that far. He was being pressured way back into the end zone.
Under duress. We'll see what the call is from the white hat here today, Nevin Jacobs of Powell. It's going to go half the distance to the goal, and I believe that's loss of down. So 4th and forever at the 10. They've got to go 33 yards for a first down on 4th down. So loss of down, 4th and 33.
And Wells is lining up as a wide receiver now. This is one of those plays, and they've called a couple of these with Jonah and Wyatt in the backfield receiving the direct snap here, and the refs are having a conversation about where this ball's going.
Yeah, they're talking rules.
And they're going to move it.
Loss of down. They are going to move it even further back, so it's going to go 5 yards further.
And the Burlington player just put up the safety sign. I think he's calling him out like they're pulling it all the way back to the 2-yard line.
Loss of down. So 4th now from the 2-yard line. They've got to go 38.
This is basically 40 yards. Yeah. And Wyatt is all the way into the back of the end zone. If he takes one step backwards, that's a safety.
He's going to maybe punt it. Now he's going to take off running. Wells out over the 10, and he'll be taken down. They're going to pitch it right into the hands of Seth Wardell. And they tried to throw it around, and unfortunately Seth Wardell was there. They're going to say that is an interception, and he runs it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, they were trying to pull a whole band is on the field type of play and just lateral it around, and poorly just one lateral into the hands of Burlington, and that's all they needed. And the point after attempt with less than 5 minutes left to go to make it 78-28.
76-28 right now on the 8-yard interception return by Seth Wardell.
This is one of those games they're going to talk about in practice all year next year. They're going to fake, and they're going to run it around the end.
He's going to score.
And that's 2 points still?
That'll be 1 point on the run, I believe.
Strange, but okay.
So 1 point conversion in 6-man football, as running in the extra point was
22.
Cohen Schlenker.
He's been all over the place
today. Yes, he has. So right now it's 77-28, 4:53 to play. Burlington Huskies are going to make the trip to Laramie for the 1A 6-man state championship. They'll take on the Little Snake River Rattlers. We'll be back after a break. This is Dubois football on KTAK.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Welcome back. Burlington High School, Husky Stadium. Huskies with a 77-28 lead, and Schlenker will spiral the kick down, picked up by, I believe, it's Wyatt Tremblay. Yeah, he's over the 30, and he'll be wrestled down at the 32-yard line.
There's been a few moments I thought Wyatt Tremblay could break out like he typically does, like he's done all season, and just credit to this Burlington defense and their kick return coverage, because they have just not let Wyatt Tremblay do anything all day.
Outstanding defense all day long by Burlington. Wyatt Tremblay did come into this game trailing the all-time single-season record by 28 yards. He is the single-season winner. Here's a pass tipped away by Seth Wardell and Schlenker, and it was a good-looking pass. It was heading for Caden Chamley. He was open, and it was on target, but great defense. 2nd down and 15 for Dubois, but this Wyatt Tremblay, outstanding year by the junior. He will set a single-season rushing record for 6-man football in the state of Wyoming.
He's going to try and break it next year, too.
Here's Wyatt.
Oh!
He was supposed to get the snap, picked up by Ryan Wells. He'll be running around at the 10. He'll throw it as far as he can toward Clayton Rux, and Rux stopped running. Ball goes over his head, incomplete.
Yeah, you're right. If he had just kept going, I mean, even 2 steps, if he had just not stopped running and taken 2 steps forward, that would have been in his hands, and that was a great throw under duress there. That might have been the best one we've seen all day by Ryan, and what he knows, just not in the receiver's bag right there.
First time all season, Dubois in a running clock, and it will be 3rd and 15 now at the 32-yard line. Wells pitches it back to Jonah Ord. Ord over the middle. Chamley with the catch. He's going to get a 1st down and more as Chamley along the sidelines inside the 20, and he'll be wrestled out at about the 13 of Burlington.
And I've been saying it all day. Chamley has had multiple opportunities, and it's typically been the passer that has fell short there. That was the first time Chamley's really gotten the ball in open space and been able to do what he can, and he just outrun that defense.
1st and 15 for Dubois, just outside the 15. They can get a 1st down on about the 6-inch line. Here's Wyatt Tremblay, and running him down is going to be the defender from the right side who got a hold of Tremblay's face mask. That'll be Alex Perez. He's going to be whistled for the personal foul face mask on Wyatt Tremblay.
And all this luck coming a little bit too late for Dubois, but it will be nice to see them, leave on a good note with the touchdown here, especially after that first half when you really thought they might not score very much. They've come out and scored quite a bit here in the second half.
That'll be half the distance to the goal, so that will take the ball to about the 7.5-yard line, where it'll be 1st and goal for Dubois. 2:27 to play in this one.
This is the smallest group of cheerleaders you'll ever see. There's just 3 girls out here with pom-poms.
The only cheerleading squad, I understand, in 1A 6-man football, and they deserve some credit on a cold day, barking out cheers with no gloves. Here's Wyatt Tremblay. He'll get the handoff and be wrestled down right at the 5-yard line. 2nd down and goal for the Rams.
And running clock, it's going to come down to about 2 minutes here, and Dubois has a lot to work with this offseason. Like we said, they have 5 seniors leaving, but they get their backfield that has been so explosive coming back next year in Jonah and Wyatt. And I'm interested to see what the quarterback situation is going to look like next year. Really can't wait to see what this team does when they reload.
6 seniors for Burlington going to get a run to Laramie next week to play for a state championship. Here's Wells under center, 2nd and 5. He'll fade left side, try to outrun the defense.
He's doing it again with the behind the back.
And threw it back behind his back. It's intercepted. It's going to be a pick 6 for Burlington. Maybe. Caden Chamley trying to run down the Burlington
he's just going around in circles.
Schlenker going to be tackled and fumbled from behind at the 20. And that's going to do it for the Dubois Rams with 1:26 and counting to play, as Ryan Wells again threw the ball behind his back right into the hands of Cohen Schlenker. And Schlenker was off to the races. Caden Shamley ran him down and saved the touchdown.
Definitely.
And it'll be 1st and 15 for Burlington with 1 minute to play.
And for those listening, he's not lining up and setting up and throwing behind his back like you might with a child or something. He's being spun around by the defense, and he's just letting his arm go. And when he's letting go of the ball, it's going behind his back, so he's not even seeing where his ball's going.
That time he kind of flipped it behind his back.
Just a little bit, but he was still being turned around and thrown down by the defense, and that's victory formation for Burlington.
He'll take the knee, and that's going to do it. Final score in this game, it'll be Burlington 77 and Dubois 28. They'll have to down it one more time as the clock goes inside 30 seconds. But for Dubois, it will be a season that will finish at 8-2. The reconstruction of the Dubois Rams football program continues under Coach David Tremblay. It didn't go the Rams' way today, but congratulations to the Burlington Huskies. They will take on the Little Snake River Rattlers for a 1A six-man title. It'll be at 10 a.m. Saturday morning in Laramie in about 8 days. Congratulations to Burlington. We'll be back with the postgame show brought to you by Click It or Ticket on KTAK.
Jay Collins here, and I want to wish all the Fremont County athletes good luck this year. Stop down at Fremont Chevy to talk sports and let me help you purchase your next vehicle. Jay Collins, your local sales professional at Fremont Chevy Buick GMC, 307-349-7846.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine, Adina Vasco, and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and Dubois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
Good, I'm glad somebody didn't fall off.
Hey, we're back here with the post-game show, the Click It or Ticket post-game show. And we got some interesting notes from the game, and we are about ready to head back to Fremont County.
Burlington 77, Dubois 28. Dubois will end its season 8-2 on the year. Burlington improves to 9-1 overall, and they will play unbeaten Little Snake River next week. Snake River will come into next week's game 10-0 on the season after they won big today over Encampment. It'll be Snake River and Burlington in the 1A six-man state championship game, 10 a.m. next Saturday in Laramie at War Memorial Stadium. This game today, it was 8-8 with 5:45 to play in the first quarter, but after that, Burlington began scoring at will. They would not be stopped one time today on offense as they would build a 6-touchdown lead and hold on and build that lead. Final score 77-28 today for the Burlington Huskies. Congratulations to Burlington on their way to a state championship. We don't have too many stats to share, but congratulations to Wyatt Tremblay, who had set a single season rushing record today in six-man football. He needed 28 yards. He had over 100 today. Congratulations to the junior, who will be coming back to lead his Dubois Rams team next year. It's been a lot of fun calling games from the upper country this year. I just want to say personal thanks to Coach David Tremblay, to the activities director at Dubois High School, Tina Baker, and to the two young ladies who help run cameras during our live stream games from Dubois. Hey, I appreciate your contribution too. It's been a good season in 1A six-man ball. We'll be back next year, as we've enjoyed doing these games of the week. And tomorrow we'll be in Shoshone as the Wind River Cougars come into Shoshone looking for a berth in the state championship game against the defending state champion Shoshone Wranglers, who will be doing their best to make a second straight trip to Laramie. That game going to be played at 1 p.m. Next Saturday at War Memorial Stadium. Either Pine Bluffs, Rocky Mountain would take on the winner of tomorrow's Shoshone Wind River game. So for Sean O'Brate, I'm Cody Beers from Burlington one more time here at Husky Stadium, where about a third of the residents in this part of Bighorn County were in attendance to see the Burlington Huskies beat the Dubois Rams. Final score 77-28. From Burlington, I'm Cody Beers for Sean O'Brate, for the GM of the Wind River Radio Network, Kevin Shields. Have a wonderful Wyoming weekend, everyone, and stay warm.
Month.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
It's Physical Therapy Month. October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like Eco better.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.